Yeah, so in this session, we will start with the threats and threat actors. So, what is these threats? We have these threats, and at one side, we have the threat actors. So, threats are anything which can harm your system. They can be anything which can harm your system. For example, they can be malwares, right? They can be any kind of attacks. They can be any kind of exploits. They can be any kinds of payloads, anything.
Ma'am,
So,
share
threats can be,
or share your screen, ma'am.
sorry.
You have not shared your screen.
Uh, I think I've already shared it here. Let me share it again.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, now I can.
Yeah, now that is fine.
Yeah. So threats can be anything which can harm your system. That is threats. So it can be any malwares, it can be any attacks, it can be any exploits, and it can be any payloads. It can be anything which can harm the system. Second thing is we have threat actors. So threat actors are the person who involved in the attack. So they are also known as attackers. So threat actors are the person who perform or who share the threats or who involve in creating the threats, who involve in sharing the threats, who involve in like harming the system. They are known as threat actors. They are also known as attackers. Okay, that is simple. So in the CompShare, we have classifying the cybersecurity threats. So first we have internal versus external threats. So before any attack, okay, we have to identify that where's the attack or what is the source of the attack is. Is it from any internal person or is it from any external entity? Or we can say, is it from any internal? Is it any? It involves any internal reason or any external reason. So before any attack, we have to identify the source of the attack or the source of the incident. So is it internal? Internal can be from any employee. Let's say any employee like attack its own company. So it is an insider attack or it is an internal attack. For example, external is like attack from any attacker from outside. That is external attack. So before any attack, we have to identify if it is a internal attack or external attack. Second thing is level of sophistications and capability. Now in second phase, in second part, we have to identify the level of the attack, or we can say the how the attack is or the impact of the attack on the particular company. Okay, so that is like how high the attack is, or what kind of technologies, what kind of tools, what kind of methods the attacker used for attacking the company. That is level of sophistication, which is the level of the attack, the impact of the attack, or what kind of methods, techniques, and tools the attacker used for the successful attack. Then we have resources and fundings. So resources and fundings are like they are like many hackers. Some hackers hacks for no purpose. Some hackers hacks for some purpose. So let's say there's a group of hackers who hacks for let's say any monetary value or who hacks for money. So if they are hacking, let's say they are hacking the Amazon company. So there might be any reason for hacking the company, right? It can be any money value. It can be for any monetary reason. It can be any for reputational risk. It can be anything. So in some attacks, attackers use various resources. They use various fundings from different sources to apply the attack. Okay. Even some hackers hacks for the government, right? So government provides the resources. They provides like resources like systems, the tools, the devices, etc., and fundings like money, etc., for their group of members. So some hackers hacks for uses some resources and funding, and some hackers use no resources and funding from the third party entities. Okay. For example, let's say there's a group of hackers who hacks for government. So of course the government will pay for them, right? The government will pay for the hacks. The government for will pay for the systems, for the services, for the resources, etc. Then we have intent and motivation. Now, this is very important. That what is the motivation behind it? So there's always a motivation, or we can say always a purpose behind any attack, because purpose will give you the direction of hacking. Purpose, like it can be anything. It can be any purpose. It can be any monetary value, like it can be any financial purpose. For example, for hacking for money. It can be any reputational damage. It can be any revenge. If you want to take revenge to any person, right? It can be a purpose. It can be any social and religious belief. If you want to spread the agenda, like social or religious agenda, then you can also hack. So there are like various purpose for hacking. So your hacking will totally depends on your motivation or purpose, or we can say intent. Okay, why the hacker will waste all its time or resources for just for hacking for no purpose? That is not possible. So purpose can be anything, and purpose will give the direction of hacking. So there's always a purpose behind hacking. Without purpose, we cannot say we can hack. Okay, so we have a purpose, and we can follow that purpose to hack a particular system or a particular company. So before investigating, or before investigating anything, we have to check these 4 points. Okay, which is internal or versus it is an internal attack or it is an external attack, which is the source of that attack or the source of the security event. Then level of sophistication or capability. So what kind of tools, techniques, or the methods the attacker used, and what is the impact of the attack on the company. And then resources and funding. If the attacker is taking resources or funding from third party organization or some other government organization or not. Then intent and motivation. So what is the basic motivation behind this attack? Okay. So this is like four classification of cybersecurity threats. Then we have types of hackers. So basically, there are many types of hackers. Types of hackers are also known as classes of hackers. But these are the very basic one, which is black hat hackers, white hat hackers, and gray hat hackers. I think many of you heard of these hackers. These are the basic hackers. So these are the cyber security threat actors, right? The person who involves in the process. So first we have black hat. In one line, if I explain this, so black hat are the illegal hackers, white hat are the legal hackers, and gray hat are the both. Black hat hackers hacks illegally, means it is like they are the unauthorized hackers, or we can say they are the unauthorized person who gain access inside the system. Okay, without any permission, or they just break the laws, they break the standards and policies of the company. So black hat hackers are the one who perform the illegal activities, or they hacks without the permission, or we can say they are the unauthorized person, okay, who gain access inside the system, inside the servers, inside anything. So they are known as black hat hackers. Then we have white hat hackers, which is like the hackers which hacks legally. See, hacking is what we can say hacking, or what we can say hacking versus ethical hacking, right? We have two types of hacking and like ethical hacking. See, hacking is anything which you are gaining access inside any system via unauthorized way. Okay, that is hacking. In simple terms, you are hacking without permission, you are hacking without any consent, you are hacking or by breaking the rules or by not following the permissions. That is simple hacking. And what is this ethical hacking? Ethical hacking is all about replicating or mimicking the behavior of the malicious hacker. Okay, that is, we can say you are mimicking the actions of the malicious hacker. No, ethical hacking or the hacking, the differences in the hacking, you are whatever you are doing, that is doing without permission, that is illegally. And the ethical hacking, whatever we are performing, whatever actions we are performing, that is we are doing in a legal way, right? That is legally, we are doing legally. We are following the laws, we are following the ethics, we are following the standards. We are following the policies, we are following the baselines, guidance, everything in the ethical hacking. So, but see, the difference is just here only. That is, we are following and we are not following. Like here in the hacking, we are not following any permission, like any laws or standards, or we can say any ethics. In the ethical hacking, we are following the same. Okay, the difference is this one only, which is permission and without permission. Okay. But in the ethical hacking, you can notice the definition, which is mimicking the actions of the malicious hackers. Mainly, we are, see, as an ethical hacker, like there's a saying in the cybersecurity, you cannot protect your system without attacking. So before protecting, you should know how to attack, right? Let's say if you want to protect your device, let's say this one is your system. Now, let's say if you want to protect this device, so before protecting, you should know how to attack this device, right? If you know how to attack this device, let's say you find that there are like three vulnerabilities, like there are like three ways I can hack the system. Now you know the ways because you know how to attack. Now you can simply protect the system with the help of the data you have collected in the attacking phase. Now you will simply fix these three vulnerabilities or the three ways of hacking. Right. So before protecting even, you should know how to attack. That is very compulsory. So that is why we have the ethical hacking, which is like we are mimicking the mindset or the actions of a malicious hacker. We are replicating the actions, like how the malicious hacker hacked my system, how the malicious hacker uses these tools, how the malicious hacker uses this technique, this method, etc. So we are just totally mimicking the actions, but whatever we are doing legally here. Okay, so that is very important in cybersecurity. What is legal? What is illegal? So white hat hackers are the hackers which they hack legally. Okay, they follow the laws, they follow the standards, and also the laws and standards, the ethics, they vary from company to company and also from country to country. So before actually hacking, you should know the laws and standards of your company and also of your country. Then only you can hack with the following permissions or with the by knowing the following laws of your country as well as of your company. Okay, that we will see how, like, what are the laws, what are the standards of in different countries. Mainly, we will discuss only the cybersecurity laws and standards. Okay, then we have gray hat hackers. So they are the both. They hacks illegally and legally both. For example, let's say there's an employee in a company. Now the employee is working as a full-time employee in a, let's say, in Amazon, and the purpose or the role of that employee is to protect the company, or we can say provide a protection to the company. So now that is a white hat hacker. So the employee is working as a white hat hacker in the morning and black hat hacker in the evening. Okay, so after his or her shift, the employee apply the black hat hacking or any illegal activities in their home. So that is gray hat hackers who performs both black hat hacking and white hat hacking. Okay, so let's say white hat hacking in the morning and black hat hacking or illegal hacking in the evening. So we can say it can be both gray hat hacking. Okay, so these are some common phrases. Okay, then we have threat actors. Now, first here, threat actors are the person who involved in the process of hacking, okay, or the person who craft the malwares, the person who craft the exploits, the payloads, or totally the person who harm your system, okay, which is illegally harm your system. That is known as threat actors. So we have many kinds of threat actors. First, we have script kiddies. So script kiddies are the hackers or the individuals who have limited knowledge of hacking. Okay. They are the individuals with limited hacking skills who rely on pre-made tools and techniques downloaded from the internet. So they are the hackers who don't have any, sufficient skills for hacking. They just use the resources like the tools, the malwares, which is created by other skill hackers which is on the internet, and they just hack for fun. Mainly they hack for fun, and they don't have any appropriate skill. For example, let's say for the cybersecurity, you should know the networking. Okay, networking is the foundation of hacking or cybersecurity. You should know how to use or how to operate Linux operating system. Okay, etc. Let's say you should know the if you are like if you are a web application penetration tester, then you should know how the websites works, etc. So for the cybersecurity, you should follow a particular path. Okay, like a particular stages. So first you can clear the networking basics, then a hacker or we can say a skilled hacker. A skilled hacker will now clear the Linux basics, the commands, and then so on. But the skip kiddies, they are the hackers who don't have the basic knowledge. They don't have the foundational knowledge. They basically skip the networking. They basically skips the Linux, and they directly jump on the advanced part. Okay, they directly jump on the advanced part. So they are the script kiddies who don't have any foundational knowledge. They don't have any high skill for hacking. They just have the limited knowledge, and they just uh, like uh, like see the tutorials from the YouTube from anywhere, and just they start hacking. They just start copying the tutorials, right? So that is script kiddies. So they often lack in depth knowledge or understanding of their attacks and seek out easy targets. Like, for example, let's say there's a website A and there's a website B. Now, let's say there's a website A which is like anyone can hack it easily. So script kiddies they mainly target the easy systems, okay, which can be hacked easily. So, like they are script kiddies. So, despite their perceived low threat level, two reasons make them significant. See, however, they don't have the sufficient knowledge, but they can still be harmful for your company because they can easily apply the malware attack like DOS attack, viruses, trojans, or ransomware. So now what is viruses, what is trojans, what is ransomware, that we will discuss later. Okay, but now these are the dangerous malware. Viruses, DOS attack, which is denial of service attack, and etc. Second, there are numerous and indiscriminate targeting vulnerable victims without specific motives. Okay. And so skip days typically attack to showcase their skills or showcase their hobbies, or they just hack for just even for hobbies as well. So like just think of a system. Let's say anyhow your system is vulnerable. Okay. Let's say your system is vulnerable to any kind of services. What is vulnerable means? Your system is have the weakness. So vulnerability we can say, weakness we can say, or we can say loophole. Okay, let's say your system is vulnerable to any kind of services. Now the skip kiddies can hack those services without any prior knowledge. Okay, means the hacker or the skip kiddies can hack. So there's a 50-50 chances. So for exploiting your services, for exploiting your exploiting here means exploiting here means hacking only. Okay. So for hacking your vulnerable services, or hacking your weakness of your system, they don't need any foundational knowledge. Sometimes they can hack and sometimes they don't they cannot hack. So it depends. Okay, but there's a chance of any skip kiddies. They can land on your website and then they can start the some like hacking the techniques. So there's a chance. So we can not say that if the skip kiddies don't have the prior knowledge, if they don't have the foundation knowledge, so we don't have a threat from these hackers. We have the because they can even apply any number of attacks. Okay, and secondly, they can there's a chance of the system. Maybe the system itself is vulnerable, right? So the skip critics can apply the attack, and by chance they can exploit or hack your system by chance. Okay, but there's a chance. And when we talk about security, we cannot leave any chance in our system. Okay. So there's a term here vulnerable, which is let's say, for example, let's say there's a server and your server is running service Apache, let's say 1.1. Okay, now the service is running by your server, which is Apache 1.1. And let's say you have found that there's a latest service of Apache in the market, which is let's say Apache 1 point, or let's say Apache 2.1. So now you can see your server is using outdated service, right? The version which you are using in your server is Apache 1.1, but the latest Apache service is Apache 2.1. This is just an example. Okay. So basically now you can notice your server or your company server is using vulnerable service, which is outdated service. So this is known as a vulnerability. So we can shape vulnerability in many forms, like we have many vulnerabilities, we have many categories of vulnerabilities that we will discuss later. Okay, but now you can just understand the vulnerable term here, which is there's a weakness in your system. And by this weakness, any attacker can make use of this weakness or vulnerability to hack your systems or to gain access in your system. That is vulnerability. Okay. So next is escape kiddies typically attack to showcase their skills or might choose targets that are easy or to hack. For example, any simple website, any even sometimes any uh, you know uh, any other country's website, etc. So they are more likely to target educational networks due to their second school-aged demographics, which is like most of the script kiddies are the person of like they are like school-aged or college-aged persons. So they mainly target their school website, their college's website, their school and college's servers. Okay. So however, their lack of resources, both in terms of skill and time, often limits their impact. Basically, now they are like they are the person. Let's say they are like college students. Okay, mainly the ratio are from college and school students. Okay, let's say they are like the school and colleges students. So they don't have the enough time for hacking because of they have some college work, etc., college homeworks or college assignments, and also they don't have the skills. So that is why we don't have that much threat from these script kiddies. So that is why with the lack of proper resources, with the lack of skills, with the lack of time, they don't hack the large systems. Like they don't hack the secure system. Okay. So basically, these are the script kiddies which like this is one category also. Okay, they don't have the proper skills, they don't have any foundational knowledge, but they hack just for fun, or they hack just for any hobbies, or also they hack with the help of pre-made tools, pre-made techniques by the other hackers. Okay, other skilled hackers. Okay, they are known as skip kiddies. Then we have hacktivists. So hacktivists utilize hacking techniques to advance hacktivist causes, often defacing websites or targeting networks for political or ideological reasons. So basically, they are the person who hacks for any particular purpose. Okay, for example, they hack for any for the government also. They hack for any any political reason also. They hack even for any reason also. For example, they want to spread their religious agenda, so they can also hack for that. For example, if they want to spread any political agenda, so they also can hack. So hacktivists, they are the group of people who hack for any particular reason. Okay, first. Secondly, they hack for the government. They hack for any political reason, and they also hack for any ideological reason, like any religious reason or any other reason. So there's a thing here in the hacktivist. Uh, their key characteristics is their belief that their actions serve the greater good, even if they break the law. So this is the mindset of the hacktivist. They think that if whatever they are hacking, they are doing whatever they are doing for good. Okay, and if even they are like breaking the law, right? So basically, the mindset of these hackers are like whatever they are doing for good. Like no matter how many systems they are harming, no matter how many companies they are harming, they think that whatever we are doing for the good. Okay, for example, they are like the persons who are blind in the religion. They are the person who are blind in the political. parties, etc. So they are these persons. So due to their activist motives, traditional deterrents may not be effective against activists. So what are the deterrents? So yesterday we have already discussed deterrents are like the technique or the methods, or we can say a prevention method we are using for like avoiding any attacker to attack. Okay, so we cannot use any deterrent technique to stop the activist to attack the company. Okay, because they have the different mindset, right? So we cannot stop them using any deterrent technique. We can follow the prevention methods, but we cannot, have this deterrent technique. For example, we cannot convince any hacker to deterrent is all about, we are convincing, it is also all about that we are convincing the hacker to not to hack the company, right? But even we cannot convince any activist to not to hack the company or not to break the law. We cannot convince because they have a different mindset. Okay, so they are willing to take risk even if it means caught, as they view such risk as badges of honor for their, like honor for their cause. So basically, the mindset is like whatever they are doing for the good. Like they are doing great for their company. Sorry, for their nation, for any religion, for any political reason. Okay, so they just think that whatever they are doing, they are the like badges of honor for their cause. So you cannot stop these kinds of hackers because they have like a different mindset. So basically now, activists have the proper, they are like the group of people who have the proper skill. They are also known as the skilled hackers. Okay. Now they are like the group of people. So let's say group of, we have 5 members in the activist. Let's say there is a group of activists which contains 5 members. Okay. So basically they all are the skilled hacker and they are skilled in different activities. For example, one hacker one activist is skill in creating the malwares. Second member of the same group is skilled in anything else, like in skilled in hacking the servers. Third members of the group is like he or she is skilled in, like let's say, breaking the passwords or breaking the algorithm, etc. And fourth and fifth. So these all hackers are skilled in different activities. Okay, some can break the system, some can break the like servers, some can hack the CCTV cameras. So they all group members, they are skilled in different activities. Okay, so they are known as activists. So they commonly have the group of 4 to 5 members and more than that. Okay, it depends on the purpose of hacking. Okay, like why they are hacking and what is the purpose of hacking. So if the purpose is large, then we can say uh, they will have the large group of members. Okay. And also, this one characteristic that um, that is, first, they are the skill hackers, and second, they also have various resources and fundings. Means they can also take the resources from like resources and funding from the government. Let's say if they are spreading any political agenda, right? Let's say if they are spreading any political or religion beliefs. So for that, they can also get resources and funding from the from the cult or from the terrorist group, etc. So they are also kind of they are all the illegal hackers. So this is all about the hacktivist. See, for the examination, what you should know is, see, we have different kinds of classes of hackers. For example, script kiddies, hacktivist, criminal syndicates, and we have advanced persistent threats. So we have many kinds of like classes of hackers. So for the examination, you should know the difference in these terms. Okay, like how script kiddies are different from hacktivists, how the hacktivists are different from the criminal syndicates. So you should know the difference in their characteristics, like how one is different from another. Okay, for the examination, that is compulsory. Okay. Also, after each and every part of this conscious security plus, I will share the MCQs so that you can solve the MCQs. And after solving the MCQs, you have to submit your answers. Okay, you can also solve in the group. You can also solve individually. So whenever you all get time. But yeah, after solving the answers, you can like share me the answers so that I can check your answers if the answers are like right or wrong. And if you need any discussion over any question, then we can also discuss that. Okay, so after each and every part, I will share the MCQs because for the conscious security plus, it is totally a theoretical exam. You will not get any practical one here. So it is totally a theoretical. So for the theory part, you should know how to like you should first know the concepts. Okay, and secondly, you should know how to answer the questions. Okay, so basically, it is a very base level examination. So there's no trick answers. Like you will not get any tricky questions, etc. But still, you should know how to like answer the particular questions. So we will practice on the MCQs only, and in that case, like in that way, we can have the balance between the concepts as well as the questions or the MCQs. Okay, so this will like help you to pass the examination with the good points. Okay, so these are like activists, and then we have criminal syndicates. So organized crime has found its way into the realm of cybercrime, with various groups seeking financial gain through illegal activities. So criminal syndicates are the criminals who perform the cyber crimes, okay, who involve the cyber crimes, who hacks for many reasons. Now see, there's a difference. In the hacktivist, the hacktivist hacks for any political or religious belief, or they hack for any ideological belief. But the criminal syndicates, they mainly hacks for the money, mainly hacks for money, or mainly hacks for taking the revenge to any company. Okay, they mainly hacks for any, mainly the main purpose is for hacking for the money or for collecting the data of different countries in the war, etc. Okay, so that is criminal syndicates are the person who totally involved in the cybercrime. Okay, so these groups include traditional organized crime families, outlaw gangs, Russian mafia, and specifically formed criminal groups focused on cybercrime. So criminal syndicates can also be an individual or also be a group of people, the group of terrorists, the group of Russian mafia, the crime families, etc., the gangs, etc. So they can be anything, but whatever they are doing for the money. Okay. The main reason is money only here. Okay. Just remember the main reason is money in the criminal syndicates. And also they can be also individuals and they also be a group of people. Also, they also have the required skills. We can say they are also the skilled hackers. We cannot say they are like the script kiddies. They also have the proper skill of hacking. Again, we have the group of people. Let's say we have five members in this group, and each and every member of this group is master in different area. Like some can easily hack the websites, some can easily hack the servers, some can easily hack the cameras, or they can easily hack any technology, etc. Okay, so they are mastering different okay. So the driving force, one second. Yeah. So the driving force behind these organized criminal entities in a pursuit of illegal profit. Unlike activists or other threat actors, their motives are not political or not any religious belief. They aim to gain the financial, monetary value as possible without while avoiding the attention. Okay. So see, there's a difference also. In the activists, they are not concerned about the consequences of their actions. They are not concerned about breaking the laws. But and they are like they can even freely accept that I have break the law because the mindset is different here. They are thinking that whatever they are doing for good. Okay. So that is why they also seek attention of the people. But the criminal syndicates, whatever they are doing by hiding their identities. Okay, and mainly the main purpose is the financial gain only. Okay, so just to understand the difference in each and every type of the hackers, that is compulsory for the examination. Okay, so in the domain of cybercrime, organized cyber groups engage in various activities outlined in the 2019 Internet Organized Cyber Threat Assessment by Europol. These include cyber-dependent crimes like ransomware and DDoS attacks, child sexual exploitation, payment fraud, dark web activities, terrorism, and other cross-cutting crime factors involving social engineering and cryptocurrencies. So now these kinds of in the 2019 survey, we have identified that most of the cyber crimes include ransomware attacks. Okay, which is also for especially for the money. They are like the different kinds of malwares. Okay, we will discuss that. DOS attack, which stands for distributed denial of service attack. Again, we have a large group of people who are sharing the lots of requests to a particular server to damage the server. Okay, that is DOS attack. Now, second is child sexual exploitation. Okay, which is like also involve child sexual trafficking, etc. And then payment fraud is like frauding the payments and dark web activities, which is like in the dark web, we have many illegal activities like selling the drugs, selling the guns, smuggling, etc. Like we have many things in the dark web that we will discuss later. And terrorism support. Okay, like supporting the terrorist. So like they're like some terrorist group which spread their fear, okay, of their existence. That we, as let's say, there's a terrorist group. Let's say the name is A. Okay, for example, now the A terrorist group, they are now spreading the awareness or like they're spreading the fear among the people that we exist and what kind of illegal activities or what kind of you know uh, harm we can cause to the normal people. So they are also the terrorism okay, so you will find these groups in the dark web only. Okay, they just spread their fear by publishing different kinds of contents, etc. And other cross-cutting crime factors involving social engineering and cryptocurrencies. Okay, so social engineering is like the art of manipulating the humans to reveal their information. That is known as social engineering. Okay, so this is the art of manipulating the humans to reveal their sensitive information. So that we will discuss. We have a separate module of social engineering and cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are like that is bitcoins, etc. So that we mainly use in the illegal activities. They mainly cryptocurrencies are the currency which is mainly used by the cyber criminals. Okay, so that they can become untraceable because somehow cryptocurrencies are untraceable. Okay, for example, bitcoins. Okay, so now attacker skills level with organized cyber group tend to range from moderately or highly skilled. So we have in this criminal syndicates, we have high level of attack hackers or also medium level of hackers. Okay, so they also invest their money, they also invest their time in hacking. Okay, because the main purpose is to get the financial like money or to get any financial monetary value. So they also invest their time, their money for hacking. Also, there are some resources. Okay, so these are the criminal syndicates. Then we have advanced persistent threats. So in the recent times, significant attention has been directed towards the state-sponsored hacking activities. involving foreign governments or corporations. The concept of advanced persistent threats introduced by Mandate and was coined to describe a series of cyber attacks initially linked to the Chinese military. So basically, first, what is this advanced persistent threat? See, advanced persistent means here is that, let's say, uh, I want to hack your system. Okay, so now I want to gain access inside your system. Let's say I manage to gain access in your system. Now I want to, let's say, spy on your system. Let's say I want to keep on gathering information from your system and on a daily basis. Let's say I want to gain access permanently. So that is known as persistent connection, which is like making the long-term access inside any system. Okay, just making a long-term access inside the system. Okay, that is advanced persistent threats, which is like the threats which gain access for a long term inside a particular system. Okay. For example, let's say I have shared a malware to you, and now that malware is now inside your registries. Or let's say that malware is now uh, inside your system, and whenever you turn on the system, that malware also start with your system. Now that malware is running in your startup. Okay. So whenever your system boots up, your that malware also starts up. So that malware is running on the startup. So which means that malware is now gain access to your system for a long term. Okay, until uh any stock analyst or any security professional removes that malware. Okay, so persistence is all about making a long term access or gaining a long term access inside any target. Okay, so basically, they are mainly done by the state-sponsored hacker. So what are now state-sponsored hackers? So state-sponsored hackers are the hackers who, which is hired by the government of different states to hack the different states. Okay, like let's say state A hires the hacker to hack the state B. Also, the country A hires the hackers to hack the country B. Okay, like for example, they want to hack, let's say, let's take an example. Let's say there's a war going between the country A and country B. Okay, now country A wants to know like what kind of strategies, what kind of missiles, what kind of bombs this country B will use, or what are the methods, what are the formulas, etc., and what are the total strategy of this country B. So now country A will hire the state sponsored hackers or the hackers which hacks for the country itself. Now the country A hires the hacker. Okay, they will hire the hacker for hacking the data of the country B. Also, now the country A wants that they will now keep on fetching the data from country B systems. Keep on fetching the data, okay, until the war is over. So in that case, the country A will now create a persistent connection inside the country B systems, right? Like let's say the country B is using two systems, okay, the main two systems or the servers. So now the country A hackers gain the persistent connection or the persistent like connection or the permanent like access or permanent gain like they permanently gain access inside the systems. Okay, so that is a persistent connection which is gaining a long-term access. Now whatever the country we like will create any strategy, they will change the strategy, they will like use different methods. So whatever they are using, the country A will keep on spying on the country B with the help of persistent connection only. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Persistence only means gaining a long-term access inside any system or inside any target. Okay, so they are mainly so persistent connection can do by can perform like any hackers. They can perform by any hackerist. They can also persistent connection can also make by any script kiddies. So this is the concept here. It is not a kind of hacker advanced persistent threats. It is a concept here, which we can put in any kind of hacker classes. Like we can put in the hacktivist, we can put in the criminal syndicates, we can also put in the uh, script kiddies. Like anyone can use this concept, which is creating a long-term access inside the systems or inside the target machine. So this can perform by any number of any of the hacker classes or anyone. So the person who is gaining a long-term access, like for example, creating a backdoor inside a target machine, then they are using the advanced persistent threats. Okay, so it is just a concept. APTs. Okay, this is just a concept. Now where you want to put this concept, that's up to the purpose of the hacking. Let's say if you want to gain access for a long time, then you can put this purpose. If you want to gain access for a short time or for one time only, then you cannot. You will just avoid this one. Okay, so it depends. It depends on the purpose of hacking. Like why actually you are hacking this particular system and what do you want from this system. Okay. If you want a long-term access, then you can put or use this method or this concept. And if you want the short-term access or one-time access, then you can just avoid this concept and you can just simply share your attack or malware, whatever. So depends. So persistent is all about gaining a long-term access inside a target machine. So this is mainly done by the state-sponsored hackers or the hackers which is mainly hired by countries, mainly in the like wars, etc., or even in the cyber wars. Okay. So the term APT encapsulates key characteristics of these attacks. Firstly, they employ advanced techniques. Okay. So rather than relying on readily available tools, see this concepts which is APT. This is the advanced concept, and this concept is not achieved by any tool. You have to create a malware which give like a long term access. So you cannot find any malware or find any technique on the internet. Basically you can find, but that is not an effective technique, right? So advanced means you have to create your malware by your own. Okay, if you want to gain a long term access, then you have to find your own technique for that. Okay, because we have many technologies, so you have to also create the malwares or create the or craft any attack according to the technology you are using. For example, you have to create a malware for Windows, that is also a different malware. If you want to craft malware for the Linux, that is also different, because the architecture of the OS is are different. Okay, so APT is all about like advanced. You have to create the tools by your own. Either you are creating the tools, you are creating the malware, you are creating anything. So whatever we are doing, you have to do in an advanced manner, which is like you have to use the advanced knowledge there. Okay. Second, these attacks are persistent, which is gaining a long-term access. Okay. Even some gain access for a period of 1 year or so, and for many years. So it depends. Okay. So, Mandiant's reports reported APD attacks represent a hallmark of nation-state attacks. That is, like nation versus country hiring the hackers to hack another country, which is nation hiring the hackers for hacking the different nation. Okay, for during the war, during anything. Okay, so they also involve the high level hackers, because obviously we want advanced techniques. So for that we want the skilled hackers. Also the nation hackers or the state sponsored hackers, they all are funded, or they are all funded by the government only. Okay, the nation only, because they are hacking for the nation. So they have the proper resources, they have the proper systems, the proper funding for applying it or for executing any sophisticated attack. So motivations behind APT's attacks can vary, ranging from political to economic objectives. Some attacks serve traditional espionage purpose, aimed at collecting the intelligence about a target defense capabilities. Okay. So it depends on the purpose. So the goal might be acquire intellectual property or other valuable economic assets. So it can be any reason. So sending the APTs or using the APT techniques can have like multiple reasons. Okay, like if you, it can be any political or economical objectives. It can be for and if you want to, it can be even for the cyber. If you want to use in the cyber crimes, etc. So it can be any reason, any number of reasons. Okay, but the thing is, you should know the difference in each and every concept here for the examination, because that is the main part of the examination. They will ask you the difference. Okay, like in the form of MCQs, so that you should know the difference in each and every concept here. Okay, then we have zero-day attacks. So attacks that exploit these vulnerabilities are known as zero-day attacks. So basically, zero-day attacks are the attacks which is unknown to the product vendors. Okay, for example, uh, let's say Apple company released iPhone, let's say 50. Now this is the new product, okay, from the from that Apple company. Now, if any attacker manages to find a bug in a new technology, okay, let's say there's an attacker who finds a bug inside a iPhone 15, okay, like the like architecture or any operating system of iOS. So now the attacker finds a bug inside the iPhone 15, and now that bug is new first. We can say it is a new bug which is not discovered earlier. Okay, and secondly, it is unknown to the product's vendor, and therefore no patches are available to correct them. So basically, this bug is new, and also this is from the new technology, or we can say the latest technology. Okay, so this is a new bug. Also, there's no patches for these bugs. Patches means there's no fix, like how we can fix the bug or how we can fix the vulnerability. So there's no patches for even for this bug. So that is known as zero-day attacks, which is the bug which is discovered in the latest technology, and the bug is not discovered earlier, and it's unknown to the product vendors. Okay, so remember these points. First, it is discovered in the latest technologies, mostly in the latest technologies. Second, bug is new, which is like it is not discovered earlier. Okay, and third point is it is unknown to product vendors. Okay, and no patches are available to correct them. So APT setters who exploit zero-day vulnerabilities are often able to easily compromise their targets. So if there's no patches, if there's no if there's no way to fix the bug, so any attacker or any threat actor, they can compromise or their targets, because there's no no fix there, no there's no technique to fix, or there's no security patches for that particular bug or any vulnerabilities or anything. Okay, so that is known as zero-day attacks. So first we will find zero-day in the latest technology. Second, it is new, which is it is not discovered earlier, and third one is it is unknown to the product vendors, and there's no patches for that particular bug to correct them, okay, or to fix them. They are known as zero-day attacks. Then we have insider attacks. So insider attacks, like when individuals of the company is hacking their own company. For example, let's say Amazon company. Okay, now let's say in the Amazon company there's an employee who have the authorized access inside Amazon because he is the employee of the company. Now let's say this employee of Amazon, she or he have that authorized access to the systems. Now this employee is now crafting an attack against Amazon. So that is known as insider attack, which is the individuals from the company hacking their own company. Okay, which also there's a benefit of the insider attacks, because now this one is an insider. Insider means the part of the company, right? Now he or she have the access to the company data. He or she knows about company, like how many departments we have, the architecture of also the architecture of the company, and also the he or she has the access to various resources like the systems, the servers, etc. And plus, if he or she has the higher privileges, then it is a plus point, right? So, inside attackers occurs when individuals with authorized access to an organization system, such as employees, contractors, or vendors, exploit this access to launch attacks against the organization. Okay, so these attacks can involve revealing confidential information, that is confidential data. Let's say there's a database administrator. Now the database administrator craft the attack. Okay, so that is now, and he or she now is revealing whatever inside database. That is the data of the company. So that is revealing the sensitive or confidential information or modification of the data and disrupting the business operations. Okay, so that is uh, like these kinds of activities the insider attacker or insider can perform. So also insider can range in skill level. It can be also a skill PD. It can be also a highly proficient technical expert. So he or she can be anything. Okay. It is not compulsory that insider attacker are only the high or high skilled hacker. It is not compulsory. So it can vary in range. Like it can be a skill PD also, or it can be any highly proficient hacker also. So their motivations for these attacks can also vary. For example, motivations can be anything. Let's say any the company. Let's okay. So some are driving by the activist objectives, which is like any political or religion belief. Some by the financial incentives. Okay, like someone doesn't get any financial incentives or bonus, or we can say or any increment, etc. Okay, or some may act due to their personal grievance, like being overlooked for promotions, or it can be any disrespect in the company, etc. It can be any reason. Okay, so now insider usually work alone. Okay, having limited financial resources and time, so they don't have any financial resources. Okay, but yeah, they have the authorized access in the company, so that is more than enough. If you are if you are the part of any network. Okay, if any attacker is the part of any network of any particular company, so like he or she can do number of activities. Okay, because network is everything. Inside network, we have multiple devices, we have multiple servers, like we have many things. So if any attacker is gaining access inside a network, then he or she can perform any number of tasks. Okay, no matter how your systems are secured, no matter that. Okay, but he or she can perform many activities, many illegal activities once any attacker or any insider is inside the network. So that is the plus point for the insiders. They are the part of the network. Also, they have authorized access to various resources. However, this status has as insiders grants them as an advantage as they possesses some level of network access and knowledge. Okay, depending on their job roles, they have a particular privileges. For example, if insider is a database administrator, right? So let's say if the database administrator, he or she has the higher privileges over anyone else. He or she can gain access into the database easily. Okay, because he or she is the database administrator, right? So that is that person has the higher privileges, and so it also depends on the job roles. So what kind of job roles a particular employee is performing in a company. So always, so there's a concept here. If you are providing the higher privileges to everyone in your company, so that is that is the threat for your company only. Because if everyone has the higher privileges, then they can do anything. Higher privileges means higher privileges access means they can do anything. They can read any file, remove any file, write any file, change any file, modify anything. So that is high privileges. So always follow this concept of least privileges. So provide a least privileges to the employee of the company. Okay. If there's a database administrator, any server administrator, that is okay. Then you can provide a higher privileges, but provide the least privileges to most of the employee of the company. Okay. That is the best approach to secure the company from the insiders. Also, the higher privileges is like if you are providing the higher privileges to the higher, like for example, authorities like the database administrator or the server administrator, then keep an eye on them. Okay, so always keep an eye on the person who have the higher privileges, because now they can do anything, they can perform multiple operations. So always keep an eye on the person who have higher privileges on your, sorry, inside your organization. Okay, so that is insiders. So now how we can protect our company from insiders? So first, keep an eye on the person who have the higher privileges. Secondly, provide the least privileges to to the employees. And also, there are like many tools which contains this behavioral assessments. So these will catch the behaviors of of the employees. Or also, you have to keep on checking the systems of the employees, okay, who have the higher privileges. Like you can keep on checking the logs, keep on monitoring their systems, like what kind of activities they are performing. Okay, so in this way we can protect the company from the insiders. Okay, then we have competitors. So competitors can engage in corporate espionage to steal sensitive information from your organization for their own business advantage. This could involve stealing customer data, proprietary softwares, confidential product development plans, or any valuable information. The competitors are like, for example, let's say there's a Microsoft company, okay, and there's a Apple company. Now they are like, we can say, let's say there's another example. Let's say there's Coke company and there's Pepsi company, okay, like soft drinks. So now Coke company and Pepsi, they are like both are competitors, right? So now Coke company can hire the hackers to hack the Pepsi company. Like they can hack their formulas, like how they like the recipe of the Pepsi, etc. So this is the competitors. Like they hire the hackers. Also, they funded their hackers very well. They provide the latest resources. They provide the fundings to the hackers to hack the other companies, okay, for the competitions. So that is the spirit of competition. So this could involve stealing the customer data. So the Coke company can also steal the customer data, the recipe, the softwares they are using, the plans, the strategy they are using, or any valuable information. Okay, so competitors might use various strategies, including exploiting the discurrent insider within your company or procuring insider information from the dark web, etc. So competitors also, even for example, let's say there's an insider inside the Pepsi company who is working for the Coke company. Okay, let's say there's an insider, and now this insider, let's fetch the data, let's say the customer data from the Pepsi company and sell it to the Coke company. That is the insider inside the Pepsi company. Okay, and sell the customer data to the Coke company. Also, there's a they can also sell the data on the dark web, etc. Okay. So also dark web market facilitates the sale of the stolen information without consent of how it was obtained. So dark web we will discuss in detail what is dark web. But dark web is the part of the internet where all the illegal activities are performed. Okay, for example, illegal activities like guns and drugs smuggling, the fake identity cards, fake visa, fake credit cards, etc. You can purchase there. Also the softwares, etc. We have many illegal activities that are performed in the dark web. Also, there are like dark web markets which sells the company data. Okay, like for example, there's an insider in the Pepsi company, and that insider is now storing the storing the information from the Pepsi and selling on the dark web. Okay, in some cases, hackers breach a network and then sell the acquired data on their platform. Okay, so alternately, insiders might directly sell confidential information on the dark web. Remarkably, certain dark web markets actively seek to buy confidential data. For example, now the Coke company can also purchase the data of Pepsi company, which is selling on the dark web. Okay, so that is also possible. So the companies can also purchase the data of other companies on the dark web. Okay, so it is important to note that this list of threat actors isn't executive, and your organization should tailor its threat assessment to its unique circumstances. So basically, we have many more, you know, classes, but these are the part of the syllabus. So, and we cannot protect the company. Like, there's no chance that you are fully protecting the company or the secure, like providing the fully like 101% security. We cannot do that, but yeah, we can take the precautions. We can provide, we can follow each and every technique, or each and every, we can use each and every tool or technique to protect the company from these kinds of attackers. Okay, but still there's a chance of any attacker can gain access. So there's still a chance, and always there's still a chance. Okay, so I think that's it for today, and rest we will continue tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Monday. Okay, so now I will share the MCQs of this chapter as well as the previous chapter that we have completed yesterday. And there's some part left, which is thread vectors. So this module is left, and so I will share the this document as well as the MCQ so that you can start answering or practicing on those MCQs. Okay. So is there anything anyone wants to ask? Like any questions, any doubt in any of this concept?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. So rest we will continue on Monday. Okay. And in the meantime, you can all go through the videos in the weekends, and also please practice on those MCQs as well. Okay, that they are like compulsory. Okay.
Gotcha. Are you gonna send them, or is Sanjay gonna send the MCQs?
Yeah, I will go to send it. I will share to
Okay.
the sir, and sir will forward to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Also, if you
Thank
have
you.
any query, any doubt, then you can mail me on my mail ID. Just let me share my mail ID. Okay, so this is my mail ID, and if you have any doubt in any of the concept, and any doubt in the questions while solving any question, then you can just mail me the doubt as well. Okay. Otherwise, you can ask in the sessions, or also you can mail me anytime. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.